Hi everyone. Welcome back to another Design Dictionary video. Today we're looking at an often overlooked yet vital aspect of design, accessibility. Let's break down some common terms. Accessible design refers to a design process which specifically considers the needs of people with disabilities. The term universal design is a broader concept that refers to the design of products and environments that are usable by all people to the greatest extent without the need for adaptation. It's a common misconception that accessibility is a topic that only matters to disabled people. In reality, accessible design benefits everyone. Let's put things into perspective. 1 billion people, or about 15% of the world's population, experience some form of disability. Among these, visual disability is one of the most common usability obstacles and refers to people that are colorblind, have low vision, or are blind. People with visual disabilities usually make use of screen readers, magnifying softwares, or tend to utilize the keyboard more in order to navigate through content. Knowing this, there are simple yet powerful ways to create designs that can be easily accessed by everyone. Here are some key principles to keep in mind. 1. Don't use color as the only means to convey information. Instead, use color to highlight what is already there. This helps users who have difficulty with distinguishing colors on the varying spectrums to navigate your design. For example, charts and graphs can be especially hard to read when you only use color to differentiate the data. Use other visual cues like shapes, labels, sizes, or patterns. There are many methods for fixing this problem, but the golden rule is to use more than just color to communicate information. 2. Ensure there is contrast between your colors. While this blue and orange probably contrast for you, they may not contrast to people that are colorblind. Let's level the playing field. Do you see what we mean now? This blue and this green are simply too close to each other on the color spectrum, which makes them hard to differentiate. The way you can make sure your colors are contrasting is by viewing them in grayscale and making adjustments in value as needed. Remember, your colors should contrast with each other in both value and shade. 3. Ensure that there is contrast between text and its background. The Web Content Accessibility Guidelines state that the contrast ratio between text and its background should be at least 4.5 to 1. The ratio has become more forgiving with larger and heavier fonts. So if your type is at least 18-point or 14-point bold, the minimum contrast ratio drops to 3 to 1. There's a pretty difficult formula to calculate these ratios, but as always, there are a number of contrast checkers that can lend a hand. Let's take a specific example. If your text is at least 24px or 19px bold, the lightest gray you can use on a white background is this. Explore using high contrast color combinations, and you'll find that they will make your designs cleaner and easier to read. 4. Take the time to consider your forms. With the rise of minimalism, some designers choose to bypass certain design elements in order to achieve a more stripped-down aesthetic. But form should never compromise function. Be sure to clearly separate areas in your design and don't shy away from using lines or borders for the sake of simplicity. This is especially important when it comes to vital areas of your design, like forms that collect important information, feedback, or comments. Beyond these visual guidelines, bear in mind that when designing websites, you also have to consider supporting keyboard navigation, designing usable focus indicators so people can easily navigate with their keyboard, using labels or instructions with form fields and inputs, using correct and organized markups. These arrange the accessibility tree that powers screen readers, writing alt text for all your images so that screen readers won't skip them. As designers, it is our responsibility to advocate for accessibility. Any design should be usable by any person, regardless of their abilities, economic situation, age, education, or geographic location. That's it for today. Hope we inspire you to design more responsibly. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram for more content like this. See you in the next video.